Considered the happiest country in the world, Denmark is the next stop on this Baltic cruise, and the thriving capital of Copenhagen is our port of call. Started as a simple fishing village in the 12th century, it's now a compact metropolitan haven with shops, businesses, restaurants, you name it. Bicycles are everywhere, and more than half the population commute this way. I had to jump out of the way of bikes a few times while I was there. It's a bit nuts, as there are bicycle lanes all over. Even politicians, I'm told, ride their bikes to Parliament. It's fast, cheap, and definitely a healthy way to get around. But I get a bus and head over to the famous Tivoli Gardens right in the center of town. Opened in 1843, it's an amusement park with lots more. Colorful flowers, sculptures, theaters, gourmet restaurants. It's like a fairy tale village. In fact, Walt Disney is said to have designed Disneyland after this place. I'm not actually there for the rides, but to meet with Adam Price, owner and chef of the Price Brothers restaurant.
Hello.
Thank you.
Brothers Price, or as we say in Danish, 𝗷𝗍𝗃𝗍.
𝗷𝗍𝗃𝗍.
Right this way.
Thank you. Adam and his brother James had a dream of opening a restaurant where they'd cook traditional Danish dishes with old family recipes, food they really love. And the space in Tivoli in the glass house was a perfect choice, especially since they come from a family of actors, dancers, and mimes that performed there many years ago. The restaurant's decorated with all kinds of circus and family memorabilia, and the two celebrity chefs serve up everything from raw meat to caviar. He decides to begin with one of the most well-known and traditional dishes in Denmark that I can't pronounce.
Well, there's this whole chapter of the Danish lunch cuisine called smørrebrød.
Smørrebrød. It's so hard to say.
It's that D. Because it's like the, like you say, the smørrebrød.
Smørrebrød.
Yeah, exactly. Well, smørrebrød, it means buttered bread, actually. Buttered bread. And but this time we will not butter the bread. We will actually put lard on it. This piece of smørrebrød is called the veterinarian's midnight snack. And the story goes there was a famous veterinarian called 𝗕𝗃𝗄𝗃, and he used to oversee the royal stables. And after his midnight check of the horses, he always ate this piece of smørrebrød.
Wow.
So I put lard on it. It's our own lard, and it's spiced with a little thyme, and also you can see some pork crackling in the lard.
Boy.
Yeah. So we put on liver paste. Now this is a national Danish thing. We call it made from pork. Now we have here the cured salted veal. It's the veterinarian, not the vegetarian's midnight snack. It's really.
I think he'd have enough of animals by the time he was done.
Exactly.
So what is this?
This is 𝗕𝗃𝗃, and then onion rings, watercress.
Beautiful.
The veterinarian's
Nice.
midnight snack, or 𝗕𝗃𝗃's natmad.
Wow, looks great. Okay, let's see what this veterinarian's midnight snack is like. It smells and looks really good. This looks so good. Is there anything particular to drink with this?
Well, you will always eat smørrebrød with beer and schnapps.
Beer and schnapps.
That is the tradition.
Beer and schnapps,
And
all right.
here's a beer, two brewers, 𝗕𝗏𝗽𝗏𝗀𝗏 and 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏. They've done this very nice beer. There's also a very personal schnapps. This schnapps that is that we.
It smells incredible.
It's done for us.
It's like
and
a pretty
you see
flower.
how we pour it in Denmark. I know
Yes, all the way to the top.
definitely like this. Yeah. So the first sip you should sip by going to the glass.
Okay.
And if you
Yeah,
can,
exactly.
if you're
I'll try it. I
really-
can
yeah,
try
exactly, you
it.
can-
If I spill any, you'll forgive me.
I definitely will.
Oh, wow, it does have that woody kind of flavor.
It does,
Really,
yeah.
really nice. Wow. All right, I should try this.
Yeah. So snack.
Oh, it's rich. Rich and salty.
A lot of traditional Danish food is rich. You must have a little sip of beer for it.
It smells incredible.
Yeah, doesn't it? It has that beautiful lemon flavor also. It's very
It's
elegant,
delicious.
light beer
Oh, that's
with a
really
really
delicious.
beautiful freshness.
You want this? Your turn. All right, let's give Kevin some. He's been working hard behind that camera. His eyes sparkled. Oh, but there's more. Adam has some raw roebuck meat that he slices very thinly like carpaccio. The meat comes from the thigh portion of the animal that Adam says is very tender. He adds tarragon, aioli, pepper, onions, crispy pork crackling, and herbs. And I'm so ready to try this
For
too.
this dish, I've chosen a Pinot Noir from the States.
Oh,
it's
in my honor?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's the 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Yeah, and the Pinot Noir is good because it's got that little mushroomy
Yes.
quality that
Yeah.
goes so well with this.
But I could have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
The tarragon is so good with
yeah,
that.
I think it's very nice. And for even though the Danes know the roebuck very well, the roe deer very well, I think for most Danes it's also quite a sensation to have it raw. Because they're not used to that, eating raw game meat. They would think, oh, isn't it
Awful.
overpowering
Yeah.
and very gamey?
Not at all. Wow.
No, it's so mild. And it has an amazing texture, I think, because you can just pull it apart. It is so, it's nice.
That's really good together, isn't it? Wow. Want you to have some.
Oh, no, well,
You have it all the time, from May till July, I know. Well, this has been an incredible meal. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Adam. I'm now on my way to Old Copenhagen to one of the oldest and possibly best bakeries in Denmark, 𝗗𝗏𝗽𝗀𝗃. Founded in 1870, it's an enchanting cake and coffee shop, and I've been told serves up some sensational creations. Their famous motto is cakes, art, and love each day, make all troubles fade away. Love that. Hi. Hi, good to meet you.
Good to meet you
It's
too.
gorgeous. All the production takes place in this 5-story building, and everything is homemade. From the dough for the pastries and biscuits on the first floor, layer cakes on the second floor, to marzipan and wedding cake decorations on the third. The owner, Marianne, brings me inside, and while I sip on a coffee in one of their quaint little rooms, I can't help thinking what she might bring me. What is that? Oh, it's the house specialty called the sports cake, made with crushed nougat, brown sugar, lots of whipped cream, macaroon, and a caramelized choux pastry. Talk about decadent. And this is like your best seller? Like,
That's the best
how long
seller.
have you been making this one?
Well, since 1891,
wow.
which is 123 years.
Okay, I'm loving it. All the gooey and creamy flavors, but somehow still light. It's so light.
You need a cup of black coffee with it. Nothing cappuccino or latte.
I only
or
drink
whatever.
black coffee.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, it's a winner, and I might actually finish it. Even in my short time in Copenhagen, the trip wouldn't be complete without a visit to the one and only Carlsberg Brewery. I remember 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 being one of the first alcoholic beverages that I loved, and was hoping I might get to try some on this visit. Carlsberg Brewery was started by J.C. Jacobsen in 1847 and has an impressive history. It's now the 4th biggest brewer in the world. Named after his son Carl, the brewery runs tours and tastings, and so here I was.
Welcome.
Walking through the grounds, my guide Thomas talked about the famous Elephant Gate, Old Brewhouse, Stable Block, and Jacobsen's love of art. In fact, I found out that the original Little Mermaid statue that is a mega tourist attraction in town was donated by Jacobsen back in 1913. He has his own miniature replica right here. So this is the old brew house, and you stopped producing here just a few years ago?
Yeah, 4.5 years ago, this stopped as a brewery. And we're in the process of turning it into an attraction, but this is a preserved building. So this was built in 1901 by the son of the founder of Carlsberg, named Carl Jacobsen.
I know Carlsberg well from my high school days.
Aye.
Yeah, a Carlsberg Elephant. That was
Oh, yeah.
always like one of my favorites.
Actually, it was a beer made for an occasion when Winston Churchill visited Denmark. That was in
Yeah.
1950. And Carlsberg, they made a victory brew to celebrate him coming to Denmark after the war, of course.
And that was it.
And then Danes, they couldn't pronounce victory brew. So In Denmark, it was turned into the elephant beer. And they took a large circus elephant and put it in the middle of the elephant gate. A Danish...
Oh my God, a live elephant?
Yeah.
A real elephant, wow.
Yeah, and a big one.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I have colleagues who are geeks.
There's a bit more to hear about before we head over to the tasting room. Remember those horses we always used to see in commercials? Well, they still have some of these Jutland horses around. They used to be used for delivering beer, but now they're taken around on special occasions and to fairs. It's finally into the new brew house, although they're not making anything today. But this is cool, an aroma room. You try to find the aromas you like and match them to a beer. Thomas has a lineup of beers for me and all in different glasses. Just like wine, this makes a difference.
Now we get to taste. And Carlsberg, we say when you've done something really good, you deserve something really good. So we say that calls for Carlsberg. And now we start by 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀𝘀. And we'll start out with this one because you tell me you like wine.
Yes, I'm the wine person. It looks
have a
like
sip of this,
champagne.
and then I'll tell you a bit
It has
about
little bubbles like champagne.
Yeah. That's a beautiful.
So
Cheers.
Wow, good name, Velvet Ale.
Yeah. This is made from a typical wine yeast.
So
you get that, I would say, like North Italian sweet wine style, like an Asti or so.
Shall we move on to the Weiss beer?
Yes, this is classical German, and maybe classical German Weiss beer, maybe with a Nordic twist to it, as it's been simplified to suit the Nordic cuisine.
Oh,
so in here, what's been developed in the taste is really the banana.
Which I do like. Oh, I tasted already, sorry. It is, but again, it's subtle. Wow, that's delicious.
This is a very, very good beer.
Now, you know what you were saying about not having to spit. When you taste wine, you spit a lot. With beer, you just have to get more of this stuff going on after you swallow it.
And
the finish is a big thing on beer for me.
For a tall glass like this one, they want you to have all of the taste to the back of your mouth.
Definitely, that's exactly right.
And
they get the cloviness in there as well.
Yeah, and all the bitterness you taste in the back of your mouth.
Oh boy. So now we go on to
𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀𝘃 extra. And extra mean there's a little bit extras everything. So
extra everything?
If you like the bitterness, then you have extra hops for this beer.
Well,
so
that's
it is
okay for food, so you know, this kind of beer. Oh yeah. That's a bitter finish.
Yeah, it is.
But I could see you drinking that with some nice food though. Something a little bit
with some good
creamy.
pork, or
pork.
you could, for like yellow cheeses, this would be really nice.
Danish cheese is so good. So.
Moving on to the next one is actually dark lager.
Yeah.
Is made on a 1854 recipe.
Oh,
so
wow.
this is the type of brew that the founder of Carlsberg
the original.
he made. And this is a Bavarian, so South German type of beer.
Oh, so it's going to be heavier?
A lager. No, this is going to be sweeter.
Oh, it is. And caramelly.
Exactly.
I
This
should hope
is
so by now.
pretty much what 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀, the founder, he made, but commemorating his passion, they make it even better today.
I'll toast you with this. You want to?
Yeah, I'll toast with the original.
Okay.
But I like them all.
I know, I like them all too. That's the problem. Cheers. Is that good? It's time to get the guys in here again.
Thank you.
All right, not too much. Does it give it back to me, or I can't get it back?
It's good. No, I'm gonna keep it.
Now let's all have a toast and finish these off. Cheers and thanks for a fun day in Copenhagen.